Okay, I'm at 9990 Bent Creek Drive in Loveland, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues mainly, but anything of concern to the buyer. We're going in through the main stack in the rear right of the basement. It's right behind the hot water heater, by the crawl space area. And we'll kind of show you where we are here. You can see there is the stack. Obviously, we're right up against the hot water heater here. Here's the front of the hot water heater. There's the basement door. It's tucked in right behind here. So, should be PVC the whole way out, I believe. I'm not sure what year the house was built. It seems like maybe 90s era. Of course, we won't be able to make those turns like in those branches. We will run some water. Usually try to run some water while I'm pulling back to at least witness the line functioning. Should also be like the sign of a clean out on the top of the line just before we exit the house. In fact, there it is right there. If you look at in the top of the screen, you'll see like a little cutout right there. I'm still looking for it, but we're right underneath it right now. And that's right as the line leaves the house. Well, I want to say that looks like something that should not be flushed down here. I can't see anything on it, but it almost looks like a female product. This should never be flushed. Along with wet wipes, even, they go down the toilet, but they really can cause problems when they get stuck in areas. Things build up behind them because they don't break down. With toilet paper, the reason it's made like it is, if you ever run it underwater, you'll see that it does disintegrate. It's designed to do that, so that if it does catch on anything, it'll break down. And so if that was, I couldn't be 100% sure of what that is, but the shape and color of it kind of looks like it was a female product. And that can cause issues easily. So far, structurally the line looks like it's in really good shape. This hasn't changed color. This is still PVC, but this is what they call SDR35. See an exterior line. It's basically the same wall thickness and everything. It's just a different rating system. The white stuff on the interior is called Schedule 40. But they're both PVC. Not sure where the line is, but I'm assuming that the sewer main must be across the street, because I'm out 120 feet so far. We haven't come to the main. Well, and I haven't seen anything of any concern. I may end up having to turn the water on anyway, just to get a little bit of help with the getting the camera the rest of the way out. So I'm actually going to pause the video for a second. I'm going to run some water down here in the basement bathroom, and then we'll continue the inspection. Okay, flush the toilet. We'll run some water in a sink here. Water should show up in a second, but obviously we're out 120 feet, so 130 feet, excuse me. And so it's going to take the water a minute to get here. But good news is the line looks like it's in really good shape. And you can see the camera actually start to move a little bit. And so as the whole thing kind of lightens up, as the water starts coming up to its back, and we should see a pretty big, there we go. This just makes it a lot easier to push the camera. And it looks like we're probably going to come right up to the main right as it gets there. So there we are, 140 feet. So yeah, the line looked great. And so as we pull back, we'll obviously witness the line. And as we pull back, there was only one spot that had even a little bit of water in it after the line. The line has been functionally tested with the different fixtures around the house have been run earlier with the home inspection, and so there had already been water going through, and there was only one spot right around where that clean out was when it left the house that even had, maybe a half an inch of water. It didn't even cover the lens, and so it wasn't even that much. The lens is only a half an inch off the bottom of the pipe, and so it wasn't even a half inch of water. And so it's not a concern. It's a normal occurrence in the line. So I haven't seen any bellies or structural issues. Due to the fact that I do believe we saw that feminine product earlier, and there was a sign, and I don't know if it's from an inspection that was done or there was a little lip on the inside of the clean out that showed evidence of the line being cleaned, but I haven't seen anything that would cause me to believe that it was for any other reason than a soft clog, which is, like I said, flushing the wrong stuff down the toilet. And a lot of these newer toilets are, they call low flow. They don't use as much water as the old ones, so when you flush, if you do a one-stage flush, how they have those, or if you don't hold the handle down very long, it does like a half a flush. And sometimes it won't carry the stuff down the line like it should. And so you do have situations where that causes soft clogs, but I haven't seen any kind of structural issues or anything concerning in the line as we pushed out. So it's right there. You can see there's still that piece there at that turn. And so yeah, you just do not want to, that looks like the way it's rolled up. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you're not flushing those kind of things down the toilet. So hopefully a couple more flushes that'll carry that out past there. I didn't see any reason to believe it wouldn't, but those are things that cause issues even with brand new lines, especially with the older ones. This is PVC, so most of the time that won't cause an issue, but at least not in the line. And that's why people think they can just flush whatever they want, but they do cause issues. It's not in the individual's house, it's actually in the sewer system in general. Past where that line is. Here we are coming out. line looked wonderful. Didn't see anything, again, didn't see anything of any concern other than somebody flushing something they shouldn't have. And I'm not sure if the house is fully occupied now, but again, just make sure you're not flushing things you shouldn't. Wet wipes, feminine products, those kind of things should not be flushed down the toilet. Wet wipes, even if they say flushable, like I said before, they don't break down. So if they do catch somehow in the line or dry out, they can cause backups because they don't disintegrate like toilet paper. But again, overall, the line looked great. I didn't see any issues at all, no structural issues. All the joints are nice and tight. No root intrusion, nothing of any concern, really nothing to note. So that's going to end the inspection at 9990 Bent Creek Drive in Loveland, Ohio.